to the solder joint, it is 1.470, which means it ain't gonna fit.
Oh.
That sucks. Alright guys, well, it's only been a couple of seconds for you guys, but for me it's been about 20 minutes, and as you can see I got tape all around my body here, the guitar, and there's some remnants of sawdust in here. Well, in the last segment, as you found out, as I found out the hard way, this switch was not going to clear in here. There's not cut deep enough, so I had to go out to the workshop and did a little compromising with it and did my own little routing in here. I was too scared to use the router. I had the router set up and I had the depth set on it, and I looked at it, it's like, if I slip with that thing, I'm going to gouge the side out, and it's just not going to work. So what I did was I chucked a Forstner bit into the drill press and laid this on top of a piece of foam rubber on there and just kind of worked the Forstner bit back and forth in there until I got it dug down about 1/8 of an inch deep, and lo and behold, voila, it works. It bloody worked, it fit. So yeah, we dodged a bullet on that one a little bit. So it seems like I've been dodging a lot of bullets lately. But anyway, I get this painter's tape off. The nice thing about this is it comes off and doesn't leave any residue behind. So let's get this out of here and continue rebuilding the Strat copy. And again, I'm doing all this work on it because I want to, because I enjoy doing this kind of work, and even the challenge of not having the control cavity quite deep enough for the switch, even that was kind of an interesting little challenge. A little disappointing, but yeah, it was a challenge, one I was willing to accept and take on. I just wasn't brave enough to fire up the router. Like I said, I had it chucked up, it was ready, I had the depth set on it. More likely than not, I could have done it and not really harmed anything, but I just didn't want to chance it. You know, one slip of the router and you're done. So I know it seems kind of convoluted, but actually believe it or not, this is the quicker way of getting this accomplished. Look how easy that was. Alright, now which one went where? The black one went there and the red one went there. Nope, black one went there and the red one went there. I have to look at the terminals on this thing. This one here goes to the ring, which is the ring on the plug, and this one goes to the tip. That's this one right here. It goes around and hooks to that. So that's how we're going to do it. Red one's going to be the hot wire, and I think what I'm going to do is just snip these off and redo them, which is convenient as can be. And we're up to temp, just that quick. That's actually flowing real nicely. No residue. Yeah, good solder on that. Alright, and I'm going to need to grab... Okay, which one went where? The red one goes there. I know. Need it for a couple of more minutes, but yeah, the jack seems to be well done and not overcooked. All right, things are looking up. Yes, let's put it in this way. It won't even go in that way, so yeah, fair enough. Just being snarky, and yeah, it drops in there like dat. Here tonight, come on now. Which you guys probably we want to get this thing together sometime tonight, don't we? We want to hear some music come out of this thing. Well, with me playing it, music is questionable, but you know what I mean. We want to hear some sound coming out of this thing, and we're not too far away from that, believe it or not. It don't look much like it right now, but we are not far away from getting this to a point where there's going to be some sounds coming out of it. All right, so we're getting there. And my hand flips in front of the one camera there. Alright, and I'm going to lay this down like this. I should probably put a little towel or something over this so it's not bouncing all over the finish here. There we go. That helps. And these Strat pick guards are the easiest things to wire up. because everything's all done right there. All you need to do is hook up some grounds. And do I have enough lead on that for going all the way to that pot? Yes, I do. So we can take care of that. That'll be the last one we hook up. Alright, so this one here goes to the center of the volume potentiometer, which is this one right here. Center pin on that. Let me pull out some fresh wire off of this. We'll snip the end off. Just like that. And that is enough. Already all kinds of solder on the back of this. Well, that one's good to go. And we're gonna be kind of interfering with the ground wire. I hope you guys can see what I'm doing there. There you go. Hopefully you guys saw what I did there. And yep, you can pull a car with that one. It ain't coming off. It ain't coming off. Ain't going any place it ain't supposed to go. That is a beautiful thing right there, my friends. Beautiful thing. Look at that. You can pull a car with that doggone thing. The wiring is done. The wiring is finished, intact, and yeah. Ready to put on the many multiple screws that's going to hold this pip guard on. And yeah, good stuff. Alright, let me get this thing bolted down and we'll come back and put the neck on. We're getting close, guys. Getting close. I spared you guys the agony of having to watch me put all the screws back in the pick guard over here, so yeah, we skipped that part. Well, I didn't skip it. You guys did. You guys didn't have to watch me do that. About ready to put the neck on. I think I'm just going to, for the fun of it, slap these control knobs back on here, because probably a good idea to do that. There we go. It's looks Stratty. It sounds Stratty. And it's going to look even more Stratty in just a few minutes here. I'm putting the neck back on already. Hey, how about that? Now, we're not out of the woods just because the neck is going to be on. Remember, it's been cocked over this way a little bit, so it's going to require probably a little bit of a shimming thing going on here. And in that case, I'm going to have to go out and get a little tiny sliver of wood to put in there. But it looks done. Okay, we're finished. Good night, everybody. No, not really. Ways to go here yet. A ways to go. Yeah, it's going to require a few shims here and there, but I think this is going to be okay. So let's get this neck put back on here. It's time to re-necktify the de-necked guitar. Can you tell I'm getting a little bit fired up about this? I'm kind of getting real snarky here. Of course, I'm snarky anyway, but that's another thing entirely. Let's see. That's the number 1 Phillips. I need them number 2 Phillips here. Alright, let's not torque them down completely just yet. I'm going to leave them just a touch on the loose side. Yeah, because we're probably going to have to be adjusting the neck a little bit. There. It looks like a guitar now, doesn't it? Yeah. Let's see if the neck is pretty solid. It's I don't know if I moved enough material. I'm probably going to have to wedge right here, but let's find out. What I need to do is pull these strings out. I'm going to pull the 2 E's, the low E and the high E, and see how they line up. If they line up straight, then we are good to go. If not, then we got to work on wedging the neck a little bit. All right, I managed to get a couple of strings on here, and as you can probably see in the camera, maybe not, but we're still pushed off to the side here. Not as badly as before, but it's still noticeable. We got a little more room on this side than we do on this side. So I'm going to at first just try loosening the neck. I'm going to loosen the strings up first. There we go. They weren't tuned up to pitch. They were just kind of tightened up. And I'm going to back the screws out just a little bit. I didn't have them overly tight to begin with, so they could be moved around a little bit. But I want to have enough tension on them so when I move it, it actually stays where I put it. So what I want to do is I'm going to try cocking the neck off that direction. And it really doesn't like to go that way. It's not really happy with me. So what I'm going to do is get a piece of something and stick it in here to kind of kick it over there a little bit. Okay, this is where it was. This is where it needs to be. So looking it over, and there, right about there is where we want to be with it. Boy, that is just paper thin. Just a paper thin wedge is all that needs in there. Alright, now I guess I've kicked it over too far. How does that look, guys? What do you think? Is it going to work that way? The strings do appear to be right over the pole pieces on the pickups where they need to be. So that is the... I'm looking at it straight now. You guys can't see the way I'm looking at it. Let me hold it up here and show you. There you go. So the angle of the camera might be showing it as being off a little bit, but I think this is as close as we're going to get it. I look at it straight up and down, and we're right over the center of all the pole pieces on the pickups. So that is where this neck needs to be sitting. So let's get this thing tightened up, and let's make some noise come out of this guitar. I haven't checked the electronics yet either to see if they're actually functional or not, so this may not actually even work. And this time I'm going to actually torque the neck bolts down a little bit more. And there, the neck is on. We are neck-tified. Alright, so it did make the difference though. It really did, because yeah, the E string is right where it belongs and the high E is where it belongs. So good. Good, good, good. Let's see. Yep. Okay, check the bridge. Alone. Okay. And the neck pickup should be alone. Alright, so this should be neck and middle. This should be bridge and middle. It's working. It is working. So this tone control here should be for the middle pickup, which it is. And this control here should be for this pickup. Whoop, buzzes. Interesting. Never experienced that. But okay. Neck pickup. And you guys had such little faith in my wiring abilities. Perfectly in tune. Let's go. We're done here. Good night, everybody. Alright, now I'm going to finish stringing this thing up, and before we even do anything with the intonation, I'm going to try playing it just to see what it's going to sound like. So, okay. I'll be back when I get the strings on. It doesn't sound bad. I haven't done anything to the intonation or the bridge at all. And this is really close to being, for not having done anything to the bridge. And as you can see, I did break down, put the new strings on. It's not bad, but now let me get these string packages out of it. Make sure there's no strings left in them. They're empty. All right, now we do have an issue. Of course, nothing can go as planned. If you look in the camera over in this camera here, look how the bridge is standing up. And we knew this was going to happen this way because the way the trem springs are set up in there and stuff. So what I'm going to need to do is go in there and tighten down that trem claw. But in order to do that, I need to loosen the strings a little bit just to, you know, take some of the tension off. So you can see as I'm loosening the strings, you can see the bridge starting to settle back down. So you watch as I'm doing that, it'll settle back down. If I take enough tension off, it'll settle back right onto the body, which is kind of not what we want. Okay, that should be enough. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the amp off over here and unplug it because I don't want to lay the guitar down on its face on top of that plug, break the jack or something. So we're going to flip the guitar over, and we do have lots of adjustment left to go on these tremolo claws. Yes, I put painter's tape down this time just to be sure. Now, again, like I said, I may end up having to switch these springs over to these inner claws on here to get a little bit of extra tension on them. But we'll see what we can do with these screws here, and going to try to go an equal amount on each one. Who needs a whammy bar anyway, right? All right. Now let's see. Flip the camera down here. Not bad. Just by ear, the intonation sounds like it's really close on this thing. That's why I was reaching for the whammy bar. Did you see that? No, you probably didn't see that. There. Oh my. This thing sounds sweet, man. Alright, I've got to give you guys a free concert here. This guitar just smokes, man. I love it. Big time success here, fellas. Big success. A few hours ago, this guitar was laying in pieces, completely 100% dismantled, and the intonation is so spot. I don't want to mess with it. I'm going to have to. I'll get the strobe tuner going tomorrow, and we'll mess with the intonation. Maybe I'll film that. Maybe I won't. It's kind of boring watching or watching a guy filming himself doing intonation on his guitar, but I don't know. Could be interesting. Could be. I got these controls all pooched over here. They're not sitting quite. I'll fix that. Anyway, I got to get off here. It's been a fun time. I've had a blast rebuilding this guitar, and it's not quite done yet. There's a couple more little fine-tuning things, but this thing looks a lot. You know, the strings being over the pickups really helps a lot. And I probably should have turned the amp off before I unplugged it. The thing about it, you know, getting the neck straight and getting this thing where it belongs, the trem claw, that is the big thing right there. That's huge. So thanks for watching this little mini series about the Stratocaster, the NJP caster, nickel caster, Porter caster. Well, I don't know what the heck we're going to call that thing. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. I am a happy camper. So mission accomplished. The NJP caster is, or the N caster, NJ caster. Come on, you guys think of it. You guys are creative. You guys can think of a name for it. Please do, because I'm running out of ideas here. So yeah, I got a little face cam going on here now. Yeah, look at this. You can hide my face behind this. This looks much prettier than my face, doesn't it? But yeah, I've yet to get the 4/0 steel wool after the back of the neck. I may not actually do that because it's playing really nicely now. Fine tuning on the bridge. want to get that trim brought down just a little bit more, but I want to leave it tuned up for a while and leave it at tension and see what happens with the neck and truss rod and various little things along here. So anyway, I'm going to get out of here. It is time for me to get out there and get this video edited up. The final installment on the rebuilding of the NJ caster. That's it. The NJ caster. That's what we're calling this. This is Project NJ caster. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe not. So unless you guys come up with a more creative name, and there's some pretty creative ones of you guys out there. So let me know. I'm going to get out of here. I'll talk to you guys again real soon. And of course, as always, you guys know the routine right now, don't you? Whatever it is in life you do, keep on doing what it is you do. And this is definitely one of the things that we do. I love this thing.